Welcome back, everybody, to Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 3 V Century, I believe it's called. In this part, we are going to continue with the main campaign and story. Quests active, we have no quests active, quests done, we have a lot of these quests done. Plans, we already know where we left off. Netpedia, I don't think I need this. Overall, we seem to be well on our way to everyone having 1000 SP, albeit it is taking longer than I originally intended it to. Last station, my apologies, information.
あら電話なんて珍しいわね。もしもし。あ、ノワールさんですか？
Why would it be rare for the CPU to have a cell phone ring? If they're effectively a politician, you would think that they would have meetings up the you know what, just trying to get everything running. And even if they didn't, you would think that they'd be popular enough that there'd be calls from stalkers or something along those lines. But then again, if I've learned anything from this series, is that the politics and the economy of game industry is so convoluted and yet vague at the same time that I don't think it replicates any real-world system. I'm going to start doing a new type of editing, wherein, specifically in overworld sections of the map, you'll notice that it's going to be a bit choppier, but not by much. And the reason for that is because I want to get rid of dead air. If the cutscene is voiced, then I can be quiet in some moments, because at the end of the day, we're still looking at the game itself, and the cutscenes themselves have enough talking that they don't count as dead air. I'm only doing this because when I was watching certain parts, I noticed that at times there would be absolutely no sound coming from the microphone, and the most noise you would get from the game would be some steps. I believe that by doing this, it will become easier to retain attention span, because one of the issues that I have in the series that's currently being uploaded today, the Yu-Gi-Oh! 1998 game, the part where I just got Thunderbolt is the newest part, and I noticed that a lot of that series is my keyboard, more of that and less of my actual speaking voice, which caught me off guard. I didn't realize I was that quiet for some of it, and I played that a lot. Well, until next time. Okay, so it's been long enough that I've completely forgot where we're at. All I know is that Histoire called Noir. And oh right, Histoire sent them back. Histoire sent them back to get more training, because they were being lazy and only learned the scout system. That's interesting. I'm also going to start cutting out the scouts, so I don't believe you'll be seeing Stella anymore unless I get something really cool and I want to show it off. But for the most part, it doesn't seem to be necessary. I do like this retranslation mod, albeit it makes the letterbox appear awfully spaced in a way that was not intended in the original game. But then again, that might just be the fact that I like looking at Victory's text box more. It's not too much greater, mind you. We got 3 CPUs in the same location. Right, Balan was gonna go out of her way to fight us, which means that this is going to be quite the fight in of itself. But why is Ray panicking? That is the question. I got a nice coffee with me, so if I get a little quiet during some of the cutscenes, that's all it is. The people of that nation will be in trouble. Why is Ray considered one of the members of the Seven Sages? I believe that she's the founder of it. I might have to relook at that, but I'm pretty sure she founded the organization. And the real question now is, how did she get them all to join her in the first place? Because if Rei is the person in charge and founded the Seven Sages, how is it that she got all of these characters to join with her? While one could make the case that Karar gave her the power. Okay, no, that makes sense. Karar took the power of this Rei and then gave it to the Rei in Hyperdimension. This Rei becomes a pushover. That they just got used to bullying her then. That makes a lot of sense. But you would think Rei would still have memories of being more assertive. I really do like Anana Death. It's one of the funniest characters. If we're going to fight Blonde, I want to use the actual team rather than DLC. I just want to make sure that the actual team is in the Tea Party, and then add DLC as a failsafe. That way, if I do lose with the main team, I have a backup. Because I won't lie, I don't remember how difficult some of these games are. Because Neptunia with DLC is usually really easy, but I've played a few of them without any DLC, such as Super Neptunia RPG. And while it's not brutally hard, neither is Mega Dimension or Rebirth 1. It is still easier with the DLC, and you notice it on repeat playthroughs once you have the DLC installed. Prior to doing that, I'll admit some of those games can get pretty taxing on the mind. I think Mach854, if you follow him, he's going to start doing a Mega Dimension livestream series, and most likely it'll be out by the time this part goes out. And that game's really good. It's really fun. I think he's going to be streaming it though, meaning he's going to be showing off the wild fights, whereas I am not showing off the wild fights. And unlike me, I don't think he's going to be 100%ing the game, because Mega Dimension's DLC, not DLC, post-game is one of the longest post-games I've ever seen in a video game. I'm also in Cancun right now. Currently it is December 28th, the time of recording. It's a very cool time to be around. No way, Plutia did not do the paperwork. It's probably messy or something. She's gonna have most of it blank. I'm calling it. Most of it is going to be blank. The only thing she probably would put is her name. 3 quests. We do so many quests in this game that we're still in chapter 2, despite being... How many parts are we currently in at the time of recording? So this is before even uploading the part where I welcomed everyone. We are 32 parts in, and we're seriously not gonna leave for the longest time. I believe it. I believe it a lot. Why does Noir look... Yeah, I was about to say bewildered. Neptune can actually work, she just doesn't want to work. And I think I explained that pretty well in the power level video, which should be out by the time this comes out. Histoire is the real hero of Neptunia. She really is. Without Histoire, Plutia is screwed. I'm gonna tell you right now, Plutia's mentality isn't very good. How many people who are successful in your life love sleeping? Very few. Okay, if you want to be successful in your life, you pretty much have to get to a point where it becomes a compulsive need to keep doing something that makes you something. In a sense, you can't be lax with anything. You have to be meticulous about everything. Otherwise, you're doomed. You really are. I believe the character that's going to show up here is going to be blonde. And if so, that's great. Because that means we're progressing through this game at the slowest of paces. And yet somehow we're getting through this game. We're going to finish this game. If this series is longer than my Yu-Gi-Oh series though. My Yu-Gi-Oh Legacy series. We're doomed. We really are doomed. Because that series was what, 80 parts? It was ridiculously long. I'm calling it though. This is gonna be my longest series until I do another Neptunia game. Unless it's not as long. That's true. The purple, I was gonna say the purple subordinates. You know what? Yes, we're gonna call Neptune's workers the purple subordinates. Are much more devoted to Neptune than the black subordinates are to Noir. And I believe the reason behind that has to do with the fact that they know Neptune is not the hardest worker, so they, by default, are putting in more effort than they need to. And they wouldn't do that unless they were super devoted to their goddess. I swear, whenever I talk about some of these characters, I sound like I'm recommending femdom. I swear, man. It has to come off like that at some point. There's no way it doesn't sound like that. Anyways, what are we trying to do? Right. Zekaruin's number 2. What else happened? We need to look for the Taki. Planet Tune. Information. Istawaru. Are those two learning properly from Noir? I'm worried. Very, very worried. Good. Guild. Subquest. Ultimate ingredient. Phoenix. Bourbon. Trade Pass, Shampuru, and Shampuru Festival. Alright, so I'm going to be doing the Stella's Dungeon, and then we'll meet inside Zekaruin's number 2. And we're back. All we have to do now is continue on. Have I done hers? Let me check. Plans. Is Broccoli here? Broccoli is not here. These fights are getting progressively easier, and I do enjoy that because it means that we are progressing through this game at a record pace, and I mean record. I don't think that I have killed enemies this fast in a Neptunia game, not counting using the DLC item in Mega Dimension that completely drains all of your... what is it called? That completely drains all of your defense and drops it down to 0, and in exchange it leaves you with a attack stat in the thousands really early on that you pretty much 1 or 2 shot all the enemies, including some bosses. Anyways, Noir Mage's Broccoli Tekken. We have where's Broccoli's here. Okay, Broccoli is definitely here. We need more Tokimeki. Sure. What else do we need to do? What else do we need to do? Who have we... Is Marvelous done yet? I don't believe Marvelous is done. So, party, coupling. We're going to make K the leader, switch Marvelous out, make Marvelous the leader. K is also not done, but K is also broken. So let's continue. Whoa! That's cool! She jumps like Sonic. Somebody mod this character into Frontiers, please. I want to see it. Good. guys to know, we got a second Tokimaki, meaning we need one more for the quest to be finished. I finally had Istuar use an attack more than once in a round. I love this spider. I don't know why it's here, or if it even does anything, if you can even fight it. I just love the design of having it there.